Hi, this is Scott Fortunoff, president of the Blank Quilting Corp. I'm here today to show you the May 2017 lines. There are 14 lines this time around. They ship anywhere from October, November, December of 2017 and into January and February 2018. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This is Birds of a Feather by Linda Picking. It's a 10 SKU line. It ships in December, and Linda was the designer of Old Homestead, which is a line that we currently have. And here you have a beautiful line with all different types of birds. We have a cardinal on a blue ground, and you have the splash in 3 colors that go really well with this line. These beautiful pink flowers with the birdhouses, the stripe. Then we have this block print where the blocks are 7.5 by 7.5. Then we have more pink flowers, splash in 2 colors that match perfectly with this line, and all over with the bluebirds. And then we have this little kind of monotone with a little shot of color. In one case we have the blue with the white, and then the other one we have the gray with the black. And then finally on the far left we have the different birds with the florals all around and swimming in the little pools. So there you have that. Let's go to the back and see what we got going here. So here we have Birds of a Feather, a quilt, piece quilt. And then here we have this is a PP, which is a paid for project. And you could buy these for $27. You get 6 projects, and this will ship with the line when it comes to you. So there you have it in 2 different colorways. And finally on the back, we show you the layout of the stripe, and then we have a couple different 108s that we recommend that go with this line. As well, on the last page, we have some additional 108s that go really well with this line, whether it's Pearl Grid or Chroma Dots or Avery. There you have it, Birds of a Feather by Linda Picking. Next up, we have Covered Bridges by Lenny Honcoop. This is a 10 SKU line, and this ships in January of 2017. She's also the designer of Lighthouse Wonders and of Prairie Gate. Here you have it. And these are actual bridges. So we have the panel here, 24-inch panel, and then we have this kind of monotone toile, which is really subtle and nice. And then we have little rocks, which is like our natural treasures line. We have the trees, we have the wood panel, and then we have the blocks, and then finally we have some splash in colors that work well with this line, and then we have the water in the blue, and of course the red water. Everyone's seen the red water. Here we go on the back. Projects. We have Covered Bridge Quilt number 1, and then we have Covered Bridge Quilt number 2, which is pieced. And finally we have a bunch of 108 wides that we suggest to use with this line. They include Kaya, Emma, and Charisse. That's Covered Bridges by Lenny Honcoop. Next up, Danielle Murray is bringing us Faithful Friends. This is an 11 SKU line, and this ships in November of 2017. She brought us Blossom Vine and Dogwood Lane, as well as Bookshop. So here we go for all those dog lovers out there. Look at how obedient these dogs are. Look how nicely they're sitting on their little fancy couches. Here's the all over. You have the pack print with the dogs, the paw prints, the collars with the dog names, the picture frames of all the dogs, some splash colors that go with the line, Eclipse red that goes with the line, the dog silhouettes with the paws on red and on beige, the dog bones and paws, dog words, and then we have a nice 24-inch panel with, once again, very obedient dogs in very nice positions. And here we go on the back. Here's the quilt using the panel. And then here we have a piece quilt. And then finally on the back we suggest the Avery, the Charisse 108, as well as the Chroma Dots or the Emma. There you have it, Faithful Friend by Danielle Murray. Goal kick! So we have a soccer line, and we are equal opportunity employers. We have men and women. So this is a 10 SKU line, and this ships in November of 2017. Here you have the 24-inch panel of the goalie. And then we have the male players and the male players on the monotone. We have all different, cleats and flags and balls and whistles and timers. Then we have the awards, the medals, the soccer balls, the soccer ball design. We have the grass from the Natural Treasure, which works really well with this line. And then we have the female side. Here we have the female players, and then we have the monotone. Then we have 2 colors for Fusion Illusion, and of course the 24-inch panel with this woman playing soccer. So here on the back we have the quilt using the panel of the male and the female separately, and then we have the same thing, the male and the female version of a piece quilt with using the all-over print. And then finally, we suggest some backing, which would be Avery, Pearl Grid, or Chroma Dots. There you have it, Gold Kick. Next up, we have La Belle Provence. This is a 12 SKU line, and this ships in February of 2018. This is a French Provençal line. Oh, sorry. And here you have it. It's in reds and blues and oranges. We have this nice paisley, this little stripe, the all-over floral, orange ground with some florals, some geometrics, and then more of the same in the other colors on the other side. Really love this one. Looks really sharp with the blue. And then we have red and white solid eclipse that go very well with this line. And on the back, we have a piece quilt. And then we have it looks like placemats and a table topper. And here we have the 108 backing that we suggest, which is Avery or Pearl Grid. And then we have the stripe, and you see how many rows you get on that. There you have it, La Belle Provence. Next up, we have Mourning Mist 3. This is a 10 SKU line, and this one ships in November. And of course, you know the Mourning Mist line is the pigment white line, which is white on white. And this is how we show it. So here you have the dots, the dragonflies, the planets, a little paisley, stars, hearts, bicycles, butterflies. And these will be coming from the US as we already have them in stock, these two. This is a floral, and then this other one here is the designs for cards, like hearts and spades and trump and stuff like that. So that's a 10 SKU line. It ships in November, and this is Mourning Mist number 3, pigment white. Next up, we have No Kind Left Behind. This is the first line by JLN Designs. This is an 11 SKU line and ships in November. And it is a Noah line for all those kids out there. First off, we have the 36-inch book panel over here. Then we have little rainbows. We have all the characters in block prints, the stripe. We have the all over where everyone's hanging out on the ark. And then we have everyone coming off the ark and hanging out on the grass. We have all the packed animals. And here you have another panel, a 24-inch panel. We have 4 different splash colors that go very well with this line. The animals tossed on blue and red, and then this kind of geometric print in the rainbow colors. Let's go to the back, see what we got going here. So here we have a quilt using the panel for starters. Then we have a project using the book as pieced. So all the book pages are cut up, which is very interesting, a nice idea. And then here on the back, we suggest using Avery or Chroma Dots. And finally, we show you how many rows you're going to get on the stripe. So there you have it. This is No Kind Left Behind by JLN Designs. Next up, this is a huge line. Patriotic 108, 2 SKUs, 18-yard put-ups, shipping in October. There you have it. Next up, we have So Happy by Yolanda Fandora. And before I get into this, I just wanted to show you something neat. There is a project here for a needle set, and you could make this right from the fabric that we have here. So all the reps, you're going to get one of these, so you could show this and promote it out to your customers. So this is a 13 SKU line. This one ships in January of 2018. And here we go. So we have an all over with these little, it looks like cutout pieces of fabric with all different sewing motifs. We have the needle and thread, the pin cushion, the thimble, and then down here we have the different designs from the embroidery. We have the buttons. Here we have, this is the needle set that I mentioned before. We have 4 colors of this kind of zigzag dash line print, which is a great basic. We have the pin cushion, the stripe with the different pastel colors, which is really fun. And then we have, once again, on the black ground, we have all the different sewing motifs. And finally, we have pins and bobby pins and a little bit of needle and thread and buttons. So there you have it. Let's see what we got going on the back. So on the back, we have a piece quilt. And then we did a So Happy organizer, which is really kind of neat for all you quilters. And finally, we suggest Avery 108 or Chroma Dots. There you have it, So Happy by Yolanda Fandora. Not only did Yolanda Fandora do So Happy, but she also did the next line, which is called Spacewalk. This is an 11 SKU line, and it ships in December. And what's great about this line is many, if not almost all the SKUs have glow in the dark. So here we have all the different spaceships, This is a glow-in-the-dark all over. We have all these little postcards, which says like greetings from Mars, explore our solar system. Then we have the diodes. Those are the ones that are do not have glow-in-the-dark. Those are just regular. And then we have the starlet. We have all the planets over here, and those will have glow-in-the-dark. We have the covers of the postcards again, the constellations. We have the astronaut print over here, and then once again we have the solar system on the bottom. Those are both glow in the dark. So let's see what we have projects. So here we have a quilt using just all the patterns, a piece quilt. And then of course if you're going to make a trip to space, you better have your spacewalk bag. And here we have it here with the directions. And here's 108 that we suggest to use with this line: Avery, Chroma Dots, and Pearl Grid. That's Spacewalk by Yolanda Fundora. Next up, Jean Plout is back. She's the designer of American Dream. This is called Sunrise Ridge. This is an 11 SKU line and ships in October. And here you have it. I don't think we have had anything realistic outdoors for or wildlife for blank, so this is a nice surprise. Here we have the block prints, and look at all these: this bear, the cabin, the bird, the canoe, fish, a whole bunch of different motifs there that are really useful. The paw prints, the leaves, the pine cones, and we have a different angle of looking at the wood, the all-over print of the animals all around, the lures for fishing, the fish in different positions, the different animal names with the animals there, the animals all over on the grass, and then a block print, and then we have eclipse and splash that go really nice with this line. And let's see what we got on the back. So here we have Piece Quilt, Sunrise Ridge Quilt 2. And then on the back again, this looks like it's using the blocks. Oh, this, here we go, is a PP, which is a paid pattern. And once again, you pay $27 and you get 6 patterns, and this will ship with the line. So there you have it. This is by Jude Spiro. And then finally, of course, we recommend some 108s with this line: Emma, Avery, and Chroma Dots. And then on the back, this is the actual block size of the SKU from the inside. There you have it, Sunrise Ridge by Jean Plout. Tana Mueller of Western Denim Dirt is back. She brought us American Honor, and that's brought us much joy and fun and excitement. And now she brought us Thin Blue Line, which is an homage to all the police out there. This is a 14 SKU line and ships in December. And it's in blue and black and white and a little bit of gray. So here you have it. Here we have a 24-inch panel with the different blocks. This is similar to the layout that we had at American Honor. You have the police tape. You have different sayings that the police say or mantras that they use. We did this splendor that Tana's had for a while, and we brought in more colors, and later on down the road we're going to have that as a basic. You have the badges. We have all these little blocks with different scenes. The K9 unit, the badges, and what else you got there? Then you got more words: police, SWAT, stripe, stars, similar to what we had in American Honor, but different colors. And then we have this gray monotone with all these different scenes of police in action doing their job. So here we have on the back, this is Thin Blue Line quilt number 1, and this is a panel quilt. And then we have a piece quilt. And then of course we have all our blue and gray and black 108s to go with it from Avery, Chroma Dots, and Pearl Grid. There you have it, Thin Blue Line by Tana Mueller of Western Denim and Dirt. Next up, we have Tool Time by Art by Bernie. Art by Bernie was the one that gave us Give Thanks, which was a very successful line. This is an 11 SKU line and ships in January. Let's see what we got. So first up, we have a book panel for all those kids out there that love doing construction and making things. Here you have your book, and breaking things and making things. Here we have all the different tools. We have the words in the tools, a bunch of different nails. We have the block print with words and the tools once again. We have the other color of the all-over print, the 3 colors of starlet that work well with this line, the nails in multicolors, screws in multicolors in various different colorways, and then we have the stripe, which is like the little tool board. So let's see the projects. So first up, we have a Tool Time quilt, which is a pieced quilt, but it's using the book cut up into pieces, which is neat. Then we did something a little different. We don't do these often, but a great pillowcase, and what kid wouldn't want to go to sleep dreaming about all their tools and all the fun they had that day making and breaking things. And then, of course, I got to get one of these. I think I would be really cool at Quilt Market if I had one of these, a little tool time belt. That would be sweet. So here you have it. Let's see, 108 wides that go with this line, Avery and Chroma Dots. And then on the back, you see how the stripe lays out. So that's Tool Time, Art by Bernie, a great boy line, which we don't have tons of those in the marketplace. Last but not least, Christine Adolph of Simple Pleasures did Walk by Faith. This is a 10 SKU line, ships in December. This is a more religious line, all these different religious sayings over here, and these are blocks are 7 by 2 by 7 by 2. Then you have the crosses, some florals, a bunch of more florals, a butterfly all over, splash that goes with this line, some birds, little cherubs, and then finally we have a cross with the 23rd Psalm written inside, and that's on a 24-inch panel. Let's see the back. Walk by Faith. This is a quilt using the panel first, and then we have a piece quilt using the blocks from the initial pattern that I showed cut up into pieces. And then finally on the back we suggest Kaya, Charisse, and Pearl Grid 108. There you have it, Walk by Faith by Christine Adolph. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you for listening, and hope to see you at the Quilt Market. We will be there. Come and visit. Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye.